Bingo, here I am again. Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing, for to confirm all things. A man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was a testimony in Israel. This is like a handshake. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, Buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, Ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day, so we can have kids and continue the family. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, We are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And do thou worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman. Now, we're at the book of Ruth, see? And this is page 278 in this Bible. In order to understand all that stuff right there, you had to read everything before this. I haven't had a chance to read all of that right here in this little machine here. We're entering right into the middle of the story commanded by God. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. Now listen to me. This marriage was ordained and blessed by God before it happened, while it happened, and after it happened. God was with her. She had a son. What are the Americans doing with their babies today here in America? They kill them in the womb because they've been deceived by Satan. All the evil-filled people in America who have said that it is lawful to kill the baby in the womb, those people are filled with evil spirits. Although there are Republicans that are like that, every single individual that follows that plan is not doing God's will. You understand? He says, Thou shalt not kill, especially the baby in the womb. In the American highest court, the Supreme Court, I think it was back in 1973, said, yeah, you can kill your babies. Now, why are they doing that? They're trying to destroy America and invite in the rest of the world, which is evil. So the entire world is evil. You know what happened when all the people on earth except Noah and his family, you know what happened to them? They all died. Every single one of them, they died in the flood. Now, we got a big war coming. I want to suggest to everyone right here, get yourself some guns, a lot of ammunition, Learn how to use those guns properly and safely by joining a good gun club, or seek out other individuals that know how to do this the right way, who are not criminals. Call up the National Rifle Association of America, ask them for help, and you will get it. You have to prepare to defend yourself, because it is coming. I'm not saying it's tomorrow or even next week, but it's in our future. How do I know that? It's in this book right here. Right here. Let me keep reading about Ruth, because there's only a little more. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, "We are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that has come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah." This is stuff that happened before, like I said. "Which two, TWO, did build the house of Israel." They had babies. And it's their offspring that brought forth the whole nation of Israel, all the Jews. You see? In America, they want to kill those kids so they can't continue on with right way of living. They want you to kill your babies. Don't do it. Talk with God. Listen to me. Hey, there's nothing particularly great about me. I'm just a man. And I got sin written all over me, man. I've done it all. I just don't do it anymore, see? I found out about the right way of living. It's a tough walk at times, but I know that I'm going to be successful. All right. "And the women said unto Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher of thine old age, for thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him." This family it's like what happened to Job. He was restored, all the stuff that he lost, and it was multiplied to him. He was better in the end than the beginning, although he had some memories. "And Naomi took the child, and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it." Wow. "And the women, her neighbors gave it a name." That's unusual how they say that. "And the women, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David." That's just 3 generations there. You imagine that? You remember who David was, huh? He killed the giant, Goliath. King David, huh? Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begat Hezron, and Hezron begat Ram, and Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Nahshon, and Nahshon begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David. I just said those are the fathers of the nation of Israel. That's how they blossomed again. Amazing. This is the book of Ruth here. We just read the whole book. It's just one story. But it's a story how God honors you if you honor him. All you got to do is follow his commandments. Now I'm going to flip this thing over to, let me see, find out what Proverbs is here. Yeah, Proverbs. I'm going to read the last chapter in the book of Proverbs tonight. It's not long, 31 verses. Now we're entering right into the middle of what was being said here, right? This is probably Solomon saying all this stuff. Is it Solomon? Let's see who wrote this book. I don't know. Yeah, let me look at this. The author. Yeah, Solomon. Wow. And then there's others too. Anyway, chapter 31, Proverbs. It's like giving you good instructions on how to live. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son? And what, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Interesting stuff. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. And now we're talking right in that same chapter. It's talking about a virtuous woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good, and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field, and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. Right way of living, if you can understand all of that stuff. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Good stuff. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sitteth among the elders of the land. She maketh fine linen, and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Let me read that one spot again. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful. That's favoring one over another. And beauty is vain. You know, like these nice looking ladies out there in Hollywood and other places. You know, they think their looks are top notch. It has its good stuff. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. You know, a lot of things happened in the gates of the city. That's where they collected taxes. They saw who was coming into their town, and they considered who they were. And what do we have going on in our country? We have an open border to the south because evil is in control. We're trying to overcome evil with good. And a lot of us in America have voted in Donald J. Trump. And we're praying that he will change things in America. He's having a tough time of it because Chuck Schumer and others who are evil-filled with evil spirits, are deceiving many good people. They lie all the time. There's no truth in their heart. You know where they're going? All the people that were like that prior to the flood, except Noah and his family, perished. When Moses brought the Israelites out of Egypt, God wrote down in this book that all those people that were 20 years and older at the time of the Exodus perished in the wilderness. Why? Because they did not keep the commandments of God. They made unto themselves images of gold and other things. They wanted the other gods. One of the reasons is because when the Israelites came out of Egypt, they brought all these other people with them too from other countries. A lot of people lived in Egypt, and they all came out, man. A lot of them came out, and they worshipped other gods. Evil, that's what's happening now. Now, every once in a while, I read something good here, and then I get off on a rant like this because I'm so disappointed in what's happening to America. But I'm not surprised because it's written in this book. I knew it a long time ago that this stuff was going to happen. I got to knock this off right now, and I'm going to figure out what else I can do tonight. I love God. And that's because he saved me. If you diligently seek God for the right purpose, you will find him. Now, if you're doing wrong, you're going to find him that way too, but it won't be nice. Tally-ho.